Hello everyone, today let's answer James' question on the topic of dividing by a decimal number. Mary has 8 kilogram coffee. She wants 0.25 kilogram bags. How many bags does she need? Right, let's use a bar model to help us understand this question better. So we have a long bar. Its total length is 8 kilogram. And for every 0.25 kilogram, we count it as one bag. And for every 0.25 kilogram, we count it as one bag. We keep going until we finish sorting out the whole 8 kilogram. Now looking at this long bar model, it's clear that the question now becomes how many bags of 0.25 kilogram? Does she need? So let's write down its mathematical form. That's how can we write this or this question as a mathematical expression? We do 8 divided by 0.25 is equal to some quotient with some remainder. Now, before we carry on, let's do a quick review for some keywords related to this division. The first number we see here, that's the total length of the long bar, is called the dividend of this division. 被除数 The second number here, the 0.25, that's the amount of coffee that's in one bag. This is called the divisor for this division. 除数 And the answer for this division, or this number, is called the quotient. 商 The last number here is called the remainder of this division. 余数 Next, let's use a long division to find the answer for this division. First of all, we have a division sign. And we put the dividend, or the first number, on the inside. That's we put our 8 here. And we put our divisor on the outside of this division sign. 0.25. And the first thing for every long division for decimal numbers is we have to turn the number on the outside to be a whole number. At the moment it's 0.25. How can we turn it into a whole number? We multiply it by 100. So we move the decimal point to the right 2 places. So here is our new decimal point. Now it becomes a whole number as 25. And if we multiply the outside by 100, then we must multiply whatever is inside by 100. At the moment the decimal point is here. And if we move it to the right 2 places, that's we put 20 here. So now our new decimal point is here. Now this long division simply becomes a division of whole numbers because it's 800 divided by 25, which we know how to do. On the side, let's make a note on its relation to fractions. Essentially what we did here is 8 divided by 0.25 is equal to 8 over 0.25. And then we know if we multiply top and bottom by 100, it doesn't change the actual value of this fraction. And so our numerator becomes 800 over the denominator becomes 250. And this 800 divided by 250 is exactly what we are doing here. Now this is just a long division of whole numbers, which we know what to do. 25 does not go into 8, so the number above 8 is 0. Which we don't have to write, so let's just leave it empty. And 25 does go into 80, so let's put 3 here. 25 times 3 is equal to 75. And we do the subtraction. 80 minus 75 gives us 5. And we bring down the 0. 25 no longer goes into 5, so we move down to the next number, and we bring down the 0. 25 does go into 50, so we place 2 here. 25 times 2 gives 50. 50 subtract 50 gives 0. And once we reach the number 0, we know we are done with this division. Therefore, our division 8 divided by 0.25 is equal to 32. This 32 comes from this, which is the quotient of this division with a remainder of 0. And that's with a remainder of 0. But if the remainder is the number 0, then we don't have to write this. Therefore, the answer for this question is 32 bags. That is, we need 32 empty bags for us to split this 8 kilogram coffee into bags of 0.25 kilograms. And one last thing before we finish this question. It's super important to write things neatly and keep things nicely in columns when doing long divisions. We must keep this in one column and write things nicely. And we must keep this in one column and this in one column. Because later on we will deal with some questions that does not have a remainder that's so nice. Like the number 0 here. If the remainder is 0, then we simply don't have to write our remainders. But if we do have numbers left, that's if we do have some non-zero remainders, then write things nicely and keep things in columns will help us to drop the decimal point up and down to the correct places. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.